Good morning, everyone. It's your boy, Uncle P, man. I'm just here to say that communication and unity can solve a lot. If we're talking to each other and we're coming together despite our differences, despite our differences of opinion, our differences about religion, our differences about, how much money we make. If we come together and build together, we can have something very special. I'm about to play a video, but before I play that video, I tried to just spit off the head, right? Anyone that knows me knows that I had 2 strokes, so my memory is jacked up, right? My ability to just speak on my own, right? Sometimes I feel this a little messed up. So bear with me. Yes, I am reading off a teleprompter, but the message is there. So just listen to the message, and let's come together. Let's build something special for our children, for ourselves. This change didn't happen overnight, and I have continued to change throughout the 7 years of the radio station. But one thing that hasn't changed is the message: transparency, accountability, and truth. Is it hard? I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm also not going to say it's hard. Is it rewarding? I'm not going to say it's not rewarding, but I can't promise that you'll get the same benefits or the same monetary gains that other people get. But what you will get, and what you will get to see, is the excitement in our children, the love that they really have for each other, and that we have to show them how to nurture, how to move forward with. No, I'm not on the screen right now, I know that, but this is Project Engage. It's giving a voice to the voiceless. And I just want y'all to hear what I have to say. It's cmpradio.net, man. It's your boy, Uncle P. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jean-Pierre Brice, a.k.a. Uncle P. And I want to take a moment and think about the word community. What does it mean to you? Is it just a group of people living in the same place? Or does it represent something deeper, a sense of belonging, mutual support, and shared purpose? Today we're going to explore how communication combined with unity creates the very essence of a community. It's not just clever wordplay. It's a powerful formula for building stronger, more resilient societies. But before we dive into that, let me share a bit of my own journey and how I've seen the power of communication and unity firsthand. Because trust me, if I can do it, anyone can. Let me give you a quick spoiler. This talk isn't about theories and concepts. It's about real life experiences. The kind that make you laugh, make you cry, and most importantly, think. By the end of this talk, my goal is to show you how communication and unity can transform not just communities, but individual lives, including yours. Communication and unity aren't just nice ideas. They are powerful forces that have tangible benefits for everyone involved. When we work together as a community using clear and open communication, we can address social, economic, and even personal challenges more effectively than we ever could alone. Think about it. When you have a problem, isn't it easier to solve when you can clearly express your needs and have people to lean on, to give you advice, and to offer support? This is true on a personal level, but it's also true on a larger scale. Communities that communicate effectively and unite can tackle big challenges, whether that's improving local education, creating economic opportunities, or addressing public safety concerns. Now, I know I'm talking again, and that's what I do. I'm the owner of cmpradio.net, also the executive director of CMP Radio Foundation. And let me level with you. I wasn't always so big on communication or unity. In fact, I spent a good chunk of my life running from it. And that's where my personal story comes in. You see, for a long time, I was the guy who ran from communication like it was a plague, whether that was in my relationships, in my business relationships, in any kind of ship I was in, I was running. And I wasn't just running. I'm talking full speed, Usain Bolt, don't look back kind of running. And did that lead me down some rough roads? Yes. Back in the day, I was all about the fast life. I sold drugs in my community. I even branched out to do some not so nice things outside of my community. Communication? Nah. Unity? Hell no. Those weren't on my radar. I was all about making money quickly and easily. But you know what they say about fast money? It doesn't last long. And it sure doesn't bring any real happiness. In 2006, I was arrested for selling narcotics in my city. In 2007, I went to jail. Served with 18 to 36 months. Now, if you've ever been to jail, right, you know exactly it's not a vacation. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's more like an extended stay at a place where no one wants to be, with room service you definitely didn't order. So there I was, behind bars, with nothing but time on my hands. Time to think, time to regret, time to plan. When I got out, I told myself, all right, that's it. Time to get my life together. But you know what? Old habits die hard. I was stubborn as ever, and communication was still on my no thanks list. But then something happened. In 2008, I watched Barack Obama become the president of the United States. Now let me tell you, that man's campaign wasn't just about him. It was about hope, change, and most importantly, community. Watching him take office made me rethink a lot of things. Not just about myself, but about my community. It was like a ball went off in my head, but it wasn't an instant fix. You see, even though Obama's election was inspiring, I was still stuck in my ways. It took me another 8 years to really get my act together. I kept telling myself that I could still make money the old way and somehow have a positive impact. But let's be real. That's like trying to juggle fire while standing in gasoline. Something's going to blow up. It wasn't until 2016 when I finally decided to go to therapy that I got hooked up with communication. Yeah, therapy. I walked in thinking, all right, let's get this over with. But I walked out realizing that I had to do some serious work. My therapist, Leroy Ambrose, shout out to him, told me to see my dream, I had to write down action steps. And here's the kicker. Put those feelings into words and action. That's when I started to cultivating what I like to call mature positivity. Mature positivity, what's that? Mature positivity for me, and I'm going to break it down in what it entails and everything, but it was how I was feeling at that time, what I wanted to see my community doing, what I wanted to leave for my children. I was at work one day, writing in my notebook, and my boss came up to me and he said, I need you to stop writing. I need you to get to work. The machine was down. The area was clean. I worked. I told him that. He walked away. I kept on writing. He came back again. He said, come on, Pierre, man, I asked you to do it. And I looked in the book, and I just had a little bit more energy for what was in the book, for what my job wanted me to have energy for. So I quit my job. I stopped hustling, and I focused on something new, consistently making progress. Was it hard? Absolutely. But let me tell you, it was worth it. And for the last 7 years, that's what I've been doing. I've been working on cultivating mature positivity in my community through an internet radio station, cmpradio.net. So when I say communication and unity can change lives, I'm not just saying it, I'm living proof. What is mature positivity? Let me pause for a moment and dive into what I mean by mature positivity, what it takes to have mature positivity, to be about mature positivity, and to cultivate that. To cultivate means to tend to the soil, to get the soil ready for the seed. And that's what mature positivity was. It was a seed. It was a seedling. I believe that mature positivity is a mindset, a way of approaching life that's deeper than just saying, look on the bright side. It's about cultivating a resilient, realistic, and constructive approach to life's challenges. Let me break that down for you. Resilience. Mature positivity means understanding that setbacks and failures are a part of life. That instead of being defeated by them, you bounce back with renewed determination. It's like getting knocked down and saying, all right, that hurt, but I'm getting back up. Let's go again. Realism. This isn't about sugarcoating reality or ignoring problems. Mature positivity is grounded in reality. It's about seeing things as they are, accepting the truth of situations, and then choosing to focus on solutions and growth. You face the facts, but you don't let them beat you down. A constructive attitude is about taking proactive steps to improve situations, whether that's in your personal life, your work life, or your community. Mature positivity is not passive. It's action orientated. It's about making a tangible difference, not just hoping things will get better. Emotional intelligence. To practice mature positivity, you need emotional intelligence. That means managing your emotions, emphasizing with others, and maintaining a balanced perspective even when things get tough. It's about being in tune with yourself and others, which, let me tell you, is a game changer. Also, a growth mindset. Mature positivity embodies a belief in growth and improvement. It's not about being stuck in one place. It's about evolving, learning from mistakes, and continuously striving for better outcomes. You're always looking for the next step forward. And anybody that knows me knows my posts. Every morning, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. So gratitude and perspective. Mature positivity involves focusing on the good, practicing gratitude for what's going well, and keeping a balanced perspective on life's ups and downs. It's like having a built-in compass that keeps you steady no matter which way the wind is blowing. So when I talk about cultivating mature positivity in my community, this is what I mean. It's not just about staying positive. It's about being resilient, realistic, and proactive in creating the life and community you want to see. I got a story. My uncle used to tell me this story all the time. And as you progress in life, you forget things that you're taught. It's a story about a spider and a lion. And this story drives home the importance of unity, how important it is to be unified, to have people that you can call on. Once upon a time, in the heart of a jungle, there lived a mighty lion who ruled over all animals. His roar was enough to send even the bravest creatures fleeing in fear. However, there was one tiny creature in the jungle who wasn't afraid, the spider. The spider had observed the lion from afar and decided it would be a great feat to tie up the lion, proving that even the smallest creature could overcome the mightiest beast. So the spider spun a single thread of silk and approached the lion cautiously. But as soon as the thread touched the lion's paw, the beast shook it off effortlessly. The spider was undeterred. Day after day, it would spin another thread and try again, but each time the lion would simply brush it away. The spider realized that despite its determination, it would never be able to tie the lion up on its own. Then one day, the spider had an idea. It communicated with its brothers and sisters, explaining the task at hand. Together, they spun countless threads of silk. Working in unison, they crept up on the lion as he slept. This time, the lion's strength was no match for the combined efforts of many spiders. Their webs grew thicker, and stronger until finally the mighty lion was completely bound, unable to move. The lion, waking to find himself tied up, roared in frustration, but the spiders had proven their point. What one could not do alone, many could accomplish together, especially when they communicate and unite for a common cause. And that story was told to me by my uncle. I'm sure I doctored it up a little bit, but it was simply the strength that comes from communication and unity. Just like the spiders, we may feel small and limited in our individual capacity, but when we come together, communicating and uniting, we can achieve incredible things, even things that seem impossible. Let's talk about how communication enhances the unity needed to build strong communities. At the heart of every strong community is a network of relationships, and those relationships are built on effective communication. This means not just talking, but listening, really listening to each other. When we communicate openly and honestly, we build trust, mutual respect, and a shared sense of purpose. This communication lays the foundation for unity. Imagine a neighborhood where everyone knows each other's names and feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns. When someone is struggling, they know they can count on their neighbors for help, whether it's lending a tool, sharing a meal, or just offering an ear. This sense of connection doesn't just make life easier, it makes life richer, more fulfilling. Let's dig a little deeper here, right? Strong social networks aren't just about knowing someone's name or where they live. It's about really understanding what makes each person tick, what they care about, what their challenges are. When you have that kind of connection, you're not just neighbors, you're allies. Think about a time when you needed help. Who did you turn to? Chances are it was someone in your community, whether that's your family, your friends, or your neighbors. This is the power of strong social networks, built on communication and unity. And it's something we should all strive to build in our own lives and in our communities. Unified communities where communication flows freely are also economically stronger. When people collaborate, support local businesses, and share ideas, they keep money circulating within the community, creating jobs and fostering economic growth. With local investment, this often leads to the development of new initiatives like community gardens, co-working spaces, and educational programs, all of which further enhances the community's well-being. Let's take a closer look at how this works. When you spend money at a local business, That money stays in your community. It helps pay the wages of local workers, who in turn spend money at other local businesses. This creates a positive cycle of economic activity that benefits everyone. But this doesn't happen in isolation. It requires communication and collaboration. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine a local bakery that's struggling to stay open. They've got great products, but they're not that well known. Now, if the community comes together, communicates with the owner, and decides to support the bakery, something amazing happens. The bakery starts thriving. They hire more people. Those employees spend their wages locally, and suddenly the whole community benefits. It's a win-win. Socially, a united community with open lines of communication is better equipped to address issues like inequality, crime, and environmental challenges. When people work together, sharing their thoughts and ideas, they can advocate for better policies, create programs that support vulnerable members, and build a safer, more inclusive environment. Consider the difference between a community where everyone is looking out for themselves and a community where people are communicating, collaborating, and looking out for each other. In the former, problems fester and grow. In the latter, problems are identified and addressed before they become crises. Let me share with you an example from Chester, PA, a city that has faced its share of challenges. Through communication and unity, Chester has seen remarkable transformations. Local leaders, businesses, and residents have come together to address issues like poverty, education, crime, environmental pollution. One of the key initiatives that was the establishment of a community radio station that not only entertains but also educates and empowers residents by giving them a voice. This platform has become a hub for local news, cultural expression, and community-driven solutions. It's a testament to what can be achieved when people communicate effectively, unite with a common purpose. Through this station, residents have been able to share their stories, celebrate their culture, and work together to address the challenges facing their community. It's not just a radio station. It's a lifeline, a beacon of hope, and a powerful example of what communication and unity can achieve. But I have to be real with you. This transformation didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen because of one person. It took a collective effort, people communicating their ideas, their frustrations, and hopes, and then coming together to make things happen. That's the magic formula. Communication plus unity equals community. Now take a minute to reflect on a time when communication or the lack of it made a significant impact in your life. Maybe it was a time when a clear conversation helped resolve a conflict, strengthen a relationship, or brought clarity to a difficult situation. Or perhaps there was a time when a lack of communication led to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, or missed opportunities. Think about how different things might have been if communication had played a larger role, or if the way you communicated had changed. These moments remind us just how crucial communication is, not only in building relationships, but in navigating life's challenges. As we move forward in this talk, keep that experience in mind and consider how embracing communication could lead to greater unity both in your personal life and in your community. In closing, I urge you to consider the power of communication and unity in creating a true community. It's not just about coming together in times of crisis. It's about consistently building, nurturing relationships, creating systems of support, and working towards a common goal. When we communicate effectively and unite as communities, we don't just survive, we thrive. But this requires effort, intention, and commitment. It requires each of us to reach out to our neighbors, to support local businesses, to get involved in community projects, to look out for one another. So let's commit to strengthening our communities through communication and unity, and work together to create a better future for everyone. Remember, alone, we can do so little, but together, we can achieve so much. Thank you. CMPradio.net, man. It's your boy, Uncle P. Like I said in the beginning of the video, due to everything that I've been dealing with, I wasn't quite able to remember what I was saying. I tried to record this a couple different times, and all the time stumbling and falling, so I just read it. But these things are real. Communication is what saves our community. I don't own it. I don't want to own it. I want to share it. That's the beauty of this radio station. Different podcasts, different radio shows. You know, we can talk about what's important to us and let our kids understand what should be important to them. Until we, as adults, take accountability, we can't expect for our children to take accountability. I don't care what no one says on the news stations or other radio stations. I know the heart of Chester. I know why we do what we do, and I know why we change and want others to change with us. I love everyone. I don't dislike anyone. I want to work with everyone. I do not want to not work with anyone. We all have to understand there are lanes on this highway. If we keep on switching over, we cause accidents. And people get mad, and people get frustrated. So I said, come on, let's talk about communication and unity. And let's try to see how we can help our community do better. So communication and unity is big for me. That's what builds a community. And I just wanted to let you know. It's CMPradio.net. It's your boy, Uncle P, man. I'm on my way to work. But I want y'all to have a great day on purpose. Smile today. Give grace. And understand that you aren't perfect either. So don't expect anyone else to be. And remember, he woke you up this morning, so you are loved. CMPradio.net. It's your boy, Uncle P, man. Have a great day on purpose. Peace.